بالله من شر الشيطان الرجيم بفضل الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام على الأشرف الخلق وخير النبيين أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. Brothers and sisters, مولانا الكريم, السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. قال الله تعالى في كتابه الكريم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يوم ندعو كل أناس بإمامهم فمن أوتي كتابه بيمينه فأولئك يقرؤون كتابهم ولا يظلمون فتيلا. The day we shall summon every group of people with their leader, their imam. Then whoever is given his book in his right hand, they will read it and they will not be wronged so much as a single day threat. Sadaqallahu al-Aliyyul Azim. In recent decades, the question of political, religious leadership in Islam has risen to the forefront of debate, from east to west, from academics to policymakers. World's attention has shifted to the subject of who truly holds authority in Islam. Who is the leader? As followers of Ahlul Bayt, we know the answer. Although we can explain to the other Muslims through the Quran and Sunnah how the current Imam al-Hujjah al-Mahdi is leading us in his absence, still a deeper explanation on his leadership on the broader context of rational proof is needed. Remember, rational proof, intellect, al-aql. Especially lately, the subject of our Imam has piqued much interest, even outside of the Islamic community. It must be noted that if God subhanahu wa ta'ala, Jalla wa ala, willed, He could control the minutest workings of the universe firsthand. بإيده سبحانه وتعالى ممكن يحرك كل شيء بإيده هو. However, for reasons unknown to us, He created intermediaries to act on His behalf. For example, although all lights emanate from Him subhanahu wa ta'ala, He Himself does not shine light directly on the planet. He creates the sun to carry out this task. وَسَخَّرَ لَكُمُ الشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ دَائِبَيْنِ وَسَخَّرَ لَكُمُ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ. He disposed the sun and the moon for you, for sure. Although He sustains us, He does not give us food with His hand, nor does He put it in our mouth. He assigns our means of sustenance to others, such as the fields of our parents, whatnot. وَالَّذِي هُوَ يُطْعِمُنِي وَيُسْقِينِ. He subhanahu wa ta'ala is the source of healing, no doubt. No doctor can save a person whom God has decreed to take. Yet, in order for Him to heal us, we need to seek medical help. We have to go to see the doctor. Likewise, although God guides us, He does not inform or speak to us directly. Instead, He sends intermediaries, such as prophets, messengers, imams, divine scriptures, to teach us and learn. All of His prophets and messengers and their scriptures are linked. They're intertwined, one after the other. قل آمنا بالله وما أنزل علينا وما أنزل على إبراهيم وإسماعيل وإسحاق ويعقوب والأسباط وما أوتي موسى وعيسى والنبيون من ربهم لا نفرق بين أحد منهم ونحن له مسلمون. There is no difference, absolutely. In Islam, we respect all prophets. Islam did not begin with Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It began with Prophet Adam, the first human being to worship God on earth. And then it culminated the belief in the last Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If we remove one prophet from the chain, then you lose the continuity. We either accept all of them or none. لا تخلو الأرض من حجة. That's our belief in Islam. All prophets have successors. The narrations, the Quran, the stories tell us. Adam had a successor. Noah had a successor. Ibrahim had a successor. All of them. Moses, Jesus, and Sunni Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had a successor, who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was the one who appointed that successor. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala appointed every successor to every prophet, to every messenger. It was not upon to us. He did not leave this matter open to the public to decide or elect. Absolutely not. Absolutely. وَرَبُّكَ يَخْلُقُ مَا يَشَاءُ وَيَخْتَارُ مَا كَانَ لَهُمُ الْخِيَرَةُ. Abadan, your Lord creates whatever He wishes and chooses. They have no choice, none whatsoever. Not in this matter. To be a leader, to be a successor, a vicegerent on earth is a serious matter. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself appoints the worthy one. Ya Dawood, inna ja'alnaka khalifatan fil ard. O David, indeed we, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, have made you vicegerent on the earth. وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي, I am Allah, إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً. No option, absolutely. Therefore, when God revealed the final verse in the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi of his succession for imamah, what did he say? He subhanahu wa ta'ala used two specific words, very specific. Akmaltu, completed, and atmamtu, perfected. Al-yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakum al-islam. Today, I have perfected your religion for you, and I have completed my blessings upon you, and I have approved Islam as your faith. Today means the day of Ghadir Khum, 70 days before Prophet Muhammad passed away, when he stood and he announced Ali ibn Abi Talib to be his successor. And everybody, thousands of pilgrims paid allegiance to him on that day. Without Imamah, Islam is neither complete nor perfect. Refusing to believe in Imamah leaves a giant gap in our faith. So Imamah is important. Another important aspect in our religion, our faith, is the belief of the unseen. Al-Iman bil-Ghayb. We have to. In fact, the belief of the unseen supersedes everything else. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. مين؟ الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ أولا بالغيب وبعدين يقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. This is the book, there is no doubt in it. A guidance to the God conscious. Mean who? Who believes in the unseen. First, believe in the unseen, and then maintain the prayer and spend out of what we have provided them with. Even if we cannot see the unseen, even if we cannot see Imam al-Hujjah, we have to believe in his existence. We still have that conviction. God equipped us to believe in the unseen reality. He, subhanahu wa ta'ala, is the ultimate unseen. Yet we believe, we see him in our hearts. He wants us to see him in our inner eyes, not in our physical eyes. There is no point whatsoever in praying or fasting or do whatever you want to do if you refuse to believe in the unseen. Although it's the core of the unseen, he gave us many other examples. In the Quran, he talks about the angels, the spirits. We don't see them. We don't sense them in our physical senses. Also, the past has become part of the unseen. We believe in the prophets. Have we seen any? It is part of the unseen. The heart is not deceived by what it sees. مَا كَذَبَ الْفُؤَادُ مَا رَأَى. The heart is not deceived by what it sees. Our eyes may deceive us, but our hearts never do. Therefore, we view Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with our hearts and our minds. We view the Prophet and the other prophets with our hearts even more. We see Imam Mahdi alayhi salam with our inner vision. God is all merciful, and He would never leave us without guidance. Absolutely not. At the beginning of time, when only there were four, Adam, Eve, Abel, and Cain, He appointed one leader over four. You think He's going to leave us over 7 billion right now without a guidance? Without appointing a divine leader? Absolutely not. God subhanahu wa ta'ala has assured us many times, repeatedly, in the holy book, if we ponder on the readings, He assured us repeatedly that al-khalq, the creation, comes hand in hand with the guidance. Al-khalq wal-hidayah. It is for this reason that God would not leave the world empty-handed without a representative guidance. سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى. Celebrate the name of your Lord, the most excellent, who created and proportioned, who determined and guided. قال فمن ربكما يا موسى. فرعون عم يسأل. قال ربنا الذي أعطى كل شيء خلقه ثم هدى. He said, who is your Lord, Moses? He said, our Lord is He who gave everything its creation and then guided it. أفلا يتدبرون القرآن ألم نجعل له عينين ولسانا وشفتين وهديناه النجدين. Have we not made him 2 eyes, a tongue, and 2 lips, and showed him the 2 paths? path of good and evil? Who created me? It is He who guides me, and He who provides me with food and drink. Allah, الذي خلقني فهو يهدين, الذي هو يطعمني ويسقين. This is the truth. Brothers and sisters, this is the truth that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to see, wants us to feel, wants us to sense. This is the light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He wants us to explore and witness, not with our eyes, with our inner eyes, with our heart. Every light, as we know, and every truth has to have a mean of sustenance, otherwise it will not carry on, will not be supported. This lamp, for example, is a truth. It must be sustained by some kind of fuel, like electric wire or an oil or whatnot, to be luminescent. God says, Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. Allah nur samawati wal ard. Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. The parable of His light, مثل نوره, is a niche wherein is a lamp. The lamp is in a glass. مثل نوره كمشكاة فيها مصباح المصباح في زجاجة. This is the truth. What is the sustenance for that truth? Its sustenance is lit from a blessed olive tree. That's the sustenance. يوقد من شجرة مباركة زيتونة. This tree is the sustenance of Allah's truth. Light upon light. نور على نور. الله يهدي نوره من يهدي الله نوره من يشاء. God guides His light to whomever He wishes. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the sustenance for that light. He is the sustenance to all truth. He is the blessed tree, شجرة طيبة. He is the mercy that encompasses all creation. Who really feels the sweetness of the Muhammadan truth? There's a hadith, a well-known tradition, most of us hopefully know or hear about. A tradition that is noteworthy, actually. It is very noteworthy. In a race, Prophet Muhammad said, the first amongst us is Muhammad. The intermediate amongst us is Muhammad. And the last amongst us is Muhammad. Some may think that Prophet is simply speaking about names. La Allah. In fact, this hadith is setting out the stages of the Muhammadan truth. The Muhammadan truth is a light that passes through 3 stages. The first stage is Bizra. The one who planted the seed for that truth is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the one who ascended to the heavens. That's the first stage. The second stage is the knowledge, spreading the knowledge, and the third stage, which is the end stage, is the one who is to establish the ideal state and apply complete justice. We don't have complete justice. This was never achieved. It's going to be achieved by the third stage, inshallah. He is the one whose hands will reap the efforts of all the prophets and the sacrifices of the vicegerents. Al-Hujjat ibn al-Hasan, Ruhi lahu al-Fida alayhi salam. Huwa alladhi yahsud al-zar'. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, we desire to show favor to those who are based in the land, and to make them imams and to make them their hires. وَنُرِيدُ أَن نَمُنَّ عَلَى الَّذِينَ اسْتُضْعِفُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَنَجْعَلَهُمْ أَئِمَّةً وَنَجْعَلَهُمُ الْوَارِثِينَ. Therefore, the last one is the one who will harvest the crop, who will reap the desired fruit, bi'idhnillah. Now, we realize that the awaited Imam alayhi salam is the extension of his grandfather, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His grandfather sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the mercy to all the realms. So, the Imam alayhi salam will be the mercy of all. This is the picture, and I hope you listen to brothers and sisters. This is the picture that we have to instill in ourselves first, in everyone around us. This is the image that we have to say to everyone. Imam al-Hujjah is the mercy. He's not going to be the one holding a whip or a sword that's going to beat everyone. No, that's not the image that we have to instill in our vision first, in everyone else. He is the symbol of mercy. When he comes, justice will come. This is the symbol of that. I hope we can change that image. One might ask a very innocent question. If the truth of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the desire is to establish mercy and justice in the world, why wait? Really, why wait? Why didn't Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provide all the means to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to establish at that same point? Why waiting for Imam al-Hujjah alayhi salam? Why waiting thousands of years? There are many answers, and there's no time to dwell in them. I'm going to answer by two simple points. The first answer is the test. First of all is the test. We have to be tested. How are we going to be tested if we're good or bad? أحسب الناس أن يتركوا أن يقولوا آمنا وهم لا يفتنون؟ لا والله. Do the people suppose that they will be left off because they said, oh, we have faith, and they will not be tested? Was الحر الرياحي tested? How would he have known? And God will test our sincerity as well. And He promised that He will help the sincere one. وَالَّذِينَ اهْتَدَوْا زَادَهُمْ هُدًى وَأَتَاهُمْ تَقْوَاهُم. We all know the story of Bani Israel. 3,000 years ago, when the Prophet Moses ﷺ asked them to slaughter a cow, they ridiculed him. It was like, what are you asking for? A cow? This is like a mockery. It sounded ridiculous. In the end, they reluctantly sacrificed the cow. They failed the test. More than 3,000 years from then, although God is not testing Muslim right now to slaughter or sacrifice a cow, He's testing us with the belief of Ahlul Bayt, namely the belief of Imam Hujjah alayhi salatu wasalam. Many will not pass that test. I hope we'll be the one who pass that test. Second reason is the humanity's limitation. This is very, very keen, brother and sister. I hope it sheds the light on a lot of stuff. Humanity's limitation and its needs for generations of accumulated knowledge and developed insight. It takes generations for knowledge and insight to be achieved. If the message of the Prophet ﷺ was delivered at the time of Adam, humanity at that early stage would not have been able to understand it. It'd be a failed message. They wouldn't understand it. Absolutely not. The message of Islam required mankind to develop a stage that allowed it to be receptive of the divine revelation. It takes time. Stages. You have to crawl before you walk. You have to walk before you run. Much like God delayed the message of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ thousands of years, the same wisdom applies to the appearance of Imam Mahdi ﷺ. The system that Imam Mahdi ﷺ will establish requires humanity to be a highly developed level of knowledge and culture. If this system and state was established at the time of the Holy Prophet, or even today, perhaps mankind would reject it. If Imam al-Hujjah he has a system, if he offers us the system, we might reject it because we don't fathom, we don't understand it yet. Maybe at our time. Let me explain. Evan might like that actually. Would you believe me right now if I say that someone could transport this notebook from Omaha to Chicago instantaneously? Teleported. Just like that, boom. It's in Chicago. I might see that on sci-fi movies, right? Not in real life. What about 3,000 years ago? At the days of Solomon ﷺ, when he asked his courtiers, O members of the elite, which of you will bring me the throne of the Queen of Sheba? Not a book, not a pen, not an iPhone. A throne. Some say it's a big chair, some say it's her whole palace. Before they come to me in submission. So there's a certain time. Solomon ﷺ was in Jerusalem, and Sheba was in what we call Yemen today. It's almost 2,000 kilometers away. So what, like 1,000 miles or so? One of the jinn said to Solomon, I will bring it to you before you rise from your place. I have the power to do it, I am trustworthy. Some scholars explain it to be 2 to 3 hours because during these sittings he used to negotiate with people. But this was not fast enough. The one who had knowledge of the book said, I will bring it to you in a twinkling of an eye. You just move your sight and bring it back, and I'll bring it to you. That fast. قَبْلَ أَنْ يَرْتَدَّ إِلَيْكَ طَرْفُ. Asif ibn Barkhiyah, that was the cousin of Solomon ﷺ and his successor, was able to teleport and bring that throne of the Queen of Sheba from Yemen to Jerusalem, more than 2,000 kilometers instantaneously, in an instant. Science has yet to discover a way to transport anything a long distance. And that's a simple example. Maybe it will shed a light somehow in our brain. But this will be achieved on the promised day. This will be achieved. Asif had knowledge of the book, ilmun min al-kitab. And he was able to undertake that task. He knew only some of the secrets of the universe. How about the one who has the complete knowledge of the book? The Holy Quran says, God suffices as witness between me and you, and he who possesses the knowledge of the book. قُلْ كَفَى بِاللَّهِ شَهِيدًا بَيْنِي وَبَيْنَكُمْ وَمَنْ عِنْدَهُ عِلْمُ الْكِتَابِ. In explaining this verse, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, it is my brother Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wasalam. Sallallahu alaihi Muhammad. Also God says, we have not omitted anything from the book. Everything is in that book. أَنَا مَدِينَةُ الْعِلْمِ وَعَلِيٌّ بَابِي. If Amir al-Mu'minin has the knowledge of the entire book, not a part of the knowledge, then his grandson Imam al-Hujjah will have that knowledge. Absolutely. You cannot take a first-year college student or med student and give him doctorate teaching. They will not grasp it. They will not understand it. Even after you finish med school, after 7 years of schooling, you go into residency. You spend a few years on trying to apply what you studied, and then unsupervised, and then after that you'll be a physician that people can trust with their life. It takes years to grasp the knowledge, to understand, and so forth. Imam al-Sajjad said, the people of the time of his occultation, us, and hopefully us and the ones to follow, who believe in his immaculate leadership and who await his appearance are better than the people of any other time. Imam al-Sajjad is saying that. God gave them the intellect and understanding that allowed them to perceive occultation at the level of presence. Muslims are not alone waiting for Imam al-Mahdi, for him. All of humanity is waiting for a savior, but we have not proven our worthiness yet for his return on all levels. Are we ready? Really, are we ready to receive him? That was Dr. Zaid's question the other day. What if he comes to your home today? Will you be ashamed? Will he be happy with what he sees? The posters, the movies, the music, your family, your friends, your clothes, your life? Are we encouraging him to come back, or are we pushing him away? Each one would ask himself this question, herself this question. Are we going to make him wait at our doorstep until we fix our house? Are we going to open the door and please welcome Imam? Our Imam is here, brothers and sisters. He can see and he can hear what we do by the power given to him by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of our members here, I'm not going to mention his name, was asked about Tuesday's night. You know, we're here on Tuesday's night. The center's open. He was asked, why do you insist on coming Tuesday's night? You know what his answer was? I'm afraid Imam al-Mahdi might come to our center and he will see our centers closed. Our Imam wants quality followers, not anyone who faces the Qibla and pray. He wants followers who will stand with him, even if what he ordains contradicts our desires. He wants followers like the followers of his grandfather Imam Hussein alayhi salam. One of his followers asked, one of the followers of Abdullah al-Ashura asked him to protect him as he performs his last prayer. He asked his Imam, can I protect you? His name, I think, was Sa'id ibn Abdullah al-Hanafi. How is he going to protect him? He used his body as a shield. That's the dedication. That's the devotion. When the Imam finished his prayer, he looked at his companion. He was dying, pierced with many arrows. What did his companion ask his Imam? What did he say? Our fate. Did I do good? Did I do enough? He was questioning, that's what Imam Mahdi wants, alayhi salam. Those kind of companions. Did I do well? وَلِمِثْلِ هَذَا فَلْيَعْمَلِ الْعَامِلُونَ. We learn from the companions of Hussein alayhi salam. Their unconditional submission, their loyalty, their dedication and will. We also learn from Al-Aqila Zainab alayhi salam. What kind of a woman is she? What kind of a woman was she? What kind of inspiration she puts in all of our sisters, in all of us men. What heart did she have? Her devotions, dedications to her Imam, her loyalty to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His mission. Ta'alluq, Iman billah subhanahu wa ta'ala. After all that she witnessed from the horror, the tragedy and sorrow, what did she say when Ibn Ziyad Allah asked her the question? كيف رأيت صنع الله بأخيك وأهل بيتك؟ شو جاوبته؟ ما رأيت إلا جميلا. وين نحن؟ وين هن؟ I only saw beauty. That was her answer. Allahu Akbar. Now the night of the 11th was a hard night. Laylat al-Wahsh. The night of the 12th is harder, we believe, because she was alone. No one to console her, not even the bodies to console her. How did she do it? How could she bear? How could she console the kids, the orphans, the mothers, the sisters and wives? How could she do all that? And she sees the head of her brother on a spear in front of her. صبر الله قلبك يا زينب. Also we learn from who? From Imam Sajjad alayhi salam, Imam Zayn al-Abidin. What kind of a heart does he, that he could see his father on a night like tonight? Yes, brothers and sisters, the night of the 13th of Muharram. This is the night when Imam al-Hussein was buried. He was buried on the day of the 12th of Muharram after the Maghrib prayer. And a night exactly like tonight, 1440 years ago. One would see his father with no head, a body cut to pieces, bones crushed, even clothes stolen, laying peacefully on the dirt. He comes to Karbala and sees Bani Asad tribe gathered around the bodies. He asked them, "Why are you here?" Not knowing him, they said, "We came to watch the battlefield." They were afraid. He could be one from Bani Umayyah. He said, "Please answer me, be honest. I am your Imam. I'm Imam Ali ibn al-Hasan ibn Ali." They said, "Oh Master, oh Imam, عظم الله لكم الأجر يا ابن رسول الله." May Allah bless you. We came to bury the bodies, but we got confused. جئنا نواري الأجساد لكن أخذتنا الحيرة. ليش؟ لا الحيرة. قالوا رأيناها أجسادا بلا روح قد غيرتها حرارة الشموس. We saw them bodies with no heads. We were not sure what to do. Then they say that Imam Zayn al-Abidin went down the battlefield and he laid down next to a body. He was saying, "Ma abata, ma hasayna." Then he got up and walked some more. He picked up 2 pieces. He started kissing them, hugging them. Then he put them with the body. We looked at what he had. They were Imam Hussein's hands, cut by the thief Al-Jamal, who walked with him all the way from Medina. Then he went again and picked up something small and came back crying, kissing it, his tears wetting it, putting it on his forehead, hugging it. He looked at us and said, "This is my father's little finger. هذا خنصر والدي يا حسين." Then he went one last time and he picked up something that shined from a distance like a metal or an iron. When he got close to us, we looked closer, we saw an arrow with 3 tips. A piece of Imam Hussein's flesh was still attached to it. When he gathered all the pieces, he put them with the body sharif, the holy body. He tried to lift it up. He put one hand behind his back and the other one behind the legs. Every time he tries to lift it, pieces fell down. Every time he tries to lift it, pieces fell down. At that point, he kneeled down and cried so hard. Then he asked if he could get a blanket or a little rug to carry his father's body. صبر الله قلبك أيها السجاد والله. Once he put the holy body in the pieces on the rug, they asked him, can we help you lift it up? He said, no. قال لا إن معي من يعينني. He said, no, I have who can help me. They said, as soon as the rug was lifted up the ground by Imam al-Sajjad, they heard the cry from the heavens saying, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah. The angels, the messengers were consoling the Prophet ﷺ for his grandson. So Zayn al-Abidin put the holy body in his grave. We waited. Bani Asad, we're saying we waited. We couldn't see our Imam anymore. We thought he died. So we got closer, checking on him. We saw Zayn al-Abidin laying next to his father, putting his cheek on his father's neck and saying, Ya Allah, أبا أما الدنيا فبعدك مظلمة وأما الآخرة فبنور وجهك مشرقة أما حزني فسرما وليلي فمسهى إلى أن يختار الله لي الدار التي أنت فيها. It was said that when Imam Zayn al-Abidin tried to get out of his father's grave after he finished, he heard the sound coming from his father saying, Bunay Ali, Bunay Ali, wassid radi'i ala sadri. Oh son Ali, put my newborn on my chest, please. So he placed the newborn on the chest of Imam al-Hussein and covered the holy bodies with dirt. Then he wrote with his finger on the dirt, here lays al-Hussein, the son of Ali, the son of Abi Talib, the one who was killed thirsty next to the Euphrates River. هذا قبر الحسين ابن علي ابن أبي طالب الذي قتل عطشانا بجانب الفرات. Then he buried his brother Al-Akbar at the feet of his father Hussein. He asked Bani Asad to bury the companions in one grave and the rest of the family of the Hussein in another grave. Then he asked them to bury Habib in a separate grave alayhim salam ajma'in. When he finished, he said, come with me, follow me to the river. We have one more hero. We're not done yet. He was saying that with tears coming down his face. So he walked with a broken heart towards the Mashra'. As he was walking, we were following him. He picked up something off the ground. He kissed it and cried. He picked up a few more steps. He picked up something else off the ground. He kissed it and said, as he was sobbing, these are the hands of my uncle Al-Abbas. وعباسا ألام المنادي وعباسا. They say we arrived and found a body of a hero with no hands, no hands, no head, the flag laying next to him, a jug of water pierced with many arrows on the ground by him. So he himself also buried his uncle Abbas without the help of anyone, just like he did for his father. When he finished, he went back to Kufa, where Zainab was waiting for him. al-Masa'ib ya Zainab, al-Masa'ib ya Zainab. شو بدها تتحمل والله. She was anxious to see her nephew, to see him. She was not sure where he went that day. So she asked him, بحرارة, where did you go? You made me worried. قالت يا بقية الباقين وثمال الماضين قطعتني يا قلبي أين كنت؟ شو تقول له؟ يا ابني من الظهر للساعة تقول لي كنت غايب وين؟ سمعها وزادت أحزانه ودماء سالت دموع العين. شو بيرد عليها؟ شو بيقول لها؟ قال لها ذبت عني جرحت يم جسم بوي حسين. أنا رحت الوالدي شفتها 3 أيام فارقتها يا عما ودفنت جثة ورضيعا بالسهم مفطوم وستها على صدره. Oh, son Ali, where were you? You were gone from the afternoon. Where did you go? He heard her. He started sobbing and said, oh, auntie, I went to my father. I missed him. I haven't seen him for 3 days. I buried him and the little one. Ya Allah. شو تقول له بعد؟ زينب سمعت وصاحت أنشدك يا علي نشدة يا الله. زينب سمعت وصاحت أنشدك يا علي نشدة يا ابني عادة الميت. يا ابني عادة الميت يصير على التراب خداه يا ابني شلون يا ابني شلون دفنت بوك حسين يا عم وراس ما يا عم براس ما عنده سمع عنده وهل دمعي كلها ويختلف وضعه. يا عما بدال خد حسين صار على التراب محرق. She said, oh my dear, son, I have a question for you. Usually when you bury someone, you usually put his cheek on the dirt, on the ground. How did you do it? What did you do when your father's head is here? He said as he was crying, oh auntie, I had to put his neck, I had to put his flesh on the dirt instead. شو بعد؟ شو خبرك كمان؟ وخبرك بعد يا عمتا دفنت انصار اخوك حسين كلها وكل اهل بيتك وعساك ان شاء الله تأمنين. زينب سمعت وصاحت. شو سألتها؟ وين راح سؤالك؟ وين راح سؤالك سيدتي؟ زينب سمعت وصاحت علي الأكبر دفنتها وين؟ ليش تسأل عن علي الأكبر؟ قالت تدري بوالدها يحبها شباب وفرقتها صعبة. يقول له من صدع قلبها علي الأكبر يا عما صار يم حسين أبو قبره. So she said, I have one more question on Ali. Ali al-Akbar, where did you bury him? You know, his father loves him. He's young. He said, he is next to my father. Oh, auntie, I know. I took care of it. شو معايا؟ بعد ما خلصت زينب مين بعد عنده سؤال محتارة. التوت وتحسرت زينب ونادت والدمع يجري يا ابني يا علي السجاد طاق من الهضم صدري. شو عندك الآن سيدتي شو عندك؟ أسألك عن أبو فاضل أخوي اللي كفال خدري. أسألك شلعت السهم من عينه جبت ميات كفينا. أشوفك جيت وما جبت وياك جودة ورايطة الخضرة. يا عما بعيلتي وبمصاب حامد عين خليني. أنا شفت عينه وكفينا بعيني ولا عماد عيني. شو بعد يلا رغم ضعفي وعدم قبضي دفنت حامد عين بيدي وزادت حسرتي يا عما لكن شو تنفع الحسرة. I have one more question honey, I can't wait. I need to know if you saw Abu Father, if you saw my protector, when you saw him, did you take the air off his eye? Did you bring his hand? Did you bring his flag? So he said, oh, auntie, you broke my heart. I saw him, and I wish I didn't. I buried him with his hands by the river. بعد سؤال آخر بيت الدعاء أسألكم الدعاء. تقول له بالأردن اشتق ماي شربتها يا دفان. العادة إذا دفن الميت يستحب رش الماء على القبر 3 مرات. زينب بدها تتأكد إذا هذه السنة جرت على أخوها الحسين ولا ما جرت. بالله أردن اشتق ماي شربتها يا دفان. بخيت قلبها لو تركت حسين عطشان. بالله يا دفان أردن اشتقرت عليا عطشان خيي لو شرب قطرة مي. يوم دفنت انشان رشيت البنية بل قطرت روح تراه مات عطشان. One last question, did you give him some water? My brother died thirsty. Did you give him water? I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us all in this gathering and to give us some of Zainab's patience, some of Imam Zain al-Abidin's patience, some of Imam Hussein's companions' determinations. بفضل الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل